everywhere you go. MTN.
You gotta show them the real you. You gotta give them what you've got. No, don't let them say what you're not, 'cause you are strong. You are worth beyond 1,000 reasons why. And you can be perfect, baby, 'cause nobody's perfect, darling. No, 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 there's nobody in the world like you. Good morning, Lagos. You're welcome to Dream City on Unilag Radio 103.1 FM. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here in the city of Lagos, and it's a cold Saturday because it is raining. My name is Uwakhonye, and you are welcome to the show today. It's our Dream Secrets Challenge segment, and you know how we do this. We have 15 numbers. Each number has 5 questions. Your ability to attempt 3 correctly qualifies you to win airtime on the show. So, are you good with current affairs, science-related questions, or general knowledge questions? Then this show is for you. Feel free to call me up 08133038749, or you can call 08020933638. Those are the numbers to call to be part of the show. I have my first call. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Kayode, how are you doing today?
I'm a bit good.
Yeah, just juggle it up, jug it up. All right, pick a number, Kayode.
Number 11.
Number 11, okay. Number 11. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, question number 11. Which of Nigeria's past presidents is also known as an ambassador for peace? Which of Nigeria's past president is also known as an ambassador for peace? A. That is correct. Question number 2. Which is a characteristic of a tropical rainforest? Which is a characteristic of a tropical rainforest? A. High humidity. B. Low biodiversity. C. Cold climate. And D. Little precipitation. Oh, B is wrong. But thanks for calling, Kayode. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Hello?
My name is Wale.
Wale, where are you calling me from today?
I'm calling from Kayode.
Wale from Ikorodu. Alright, pick a number, Wale.
Number 1.
Question number 1. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Alright, question number 1. What is the antonym of egoism? What is the antonym of egoism? E-G-O-I-S-M. A. E-G-O-I-S-M. A. Ebuism. B. Altruism. C. Absenteeism. D. Anarchism. B is correct. Question number 2. Which vitamin usually has to be supplemented in a purely vegan diet? Which vitamin usually has to be supplemented in a purely vegan diet? A. Vitamin B3, B. Vitamin B12, C. Vitamin B6, and D. Vitamin B9. A is wrong, but thanks for calling. Hello, good morning. Hey, Ify, how are you? Where have you been?
I've been around the you are from me now.
We have missed you on the show.
And it was very cold. We are not there.
Oh, okay. All right, if you pick a number.
Number 4.
Question number 4, okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, question number 4. When did Nigeria become a republic? When did Nigeria...
63.
A. May 1963. B. October 1st, 1960. C. 1st October 1963. And D.
1st October 1963.
That is correct. Question number 2. Which gas has no color and no smell? Which gas has no color and no smell? A. Carbon monoxide. B. Chlorine. C. Ammonia. And D. Ozone.
Carbon monoxide.
That is correct. Question number 3. What badge were all Jews ordered to wear in the late Nazi Germany? What badge were all Jews ordered to wear in the late Nazi Germany? A. Red Cross. B. Golden Hawk. C. Yellow Star. D. Brown Crescent. Yellow Star is correct. Well done, Ify. Question number 4. Which is the vertebrate that has two-chambered heart? Which is the vertebrate that has two-chambered heart? A. Fish. B. Snake. C. Blue whale. And D. Crocodile. Fish is correct. Question number 5. Which of these persons was from Cuba? Which of these persons was from Cuba? A. Carlos Slim. B. Fidel Castro. C. Benito Mussolini. And D. Ari Barroso. That is correct. Well done, Ify. Well done. Thanks for calling. You get your airtime at the end of the show, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Hello? Can you speak up, please? Tunde from Ikeja. All right, Tunde, pick a number.
Number 9.
Question number 9. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, question number 9. What do you call a person who finds a problem, offers a solution, and gets paid for it? What do you call a person who finds a problem, offers a solution, and gets paid for it? A. Underwriter. B. Investor. C. Entrepreneur. D. Arbitrator. The 5 seconds is over. Thanks for calling. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Dolakwa, where are you calling me from? Dolakwa from Abeokuta. All right, pick a number.
Number 4.
Question number 4, okay? Are you right? Oh, question number 4 has been taken. Pick another number.
Number 10.
Question number 10, okay? Are you ready? All right, question number 10. Which is the oldest degree awarding university in Nigeria? Which is the oldest degree awarding university in Nigeria? A. University of Nigeria. B. University of Ife. C. University of Ibadan. And D. The prestigious University of Lagos. That is correct. Question number 2. Which country was invaded by the USSR in 1979? Which country was invaded by the USSR in 1979? A. Afghanistan. B. India. C. Kazakhstan. D. Iraq.
What's the best option, please?
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, yes.
Okay, Afghanistan is correct. I'll give that to you. Question number 3. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, question number 3. What type of financial instruments were a major cause of the financial crisis of 2008? What type of financial instruments were a major cause of the financial crisis of 2008? A. Currency swaps. 2008. A. Currency swaps. B. Interest rate swaps. C. Stock options. And D. Mortgage-backed securities. That is correct. Well done. Well done, Dolakpo. Question number 4. Are you ready? All right, question number 4. The disease that ravaged and killed a third of Europe's population in the 14th century is known as dash. The disease that ravaged and killed a third of Europe's population in the 14th century is known as dash. A. The Black Plague. B. Smallpox. C. The White Death. And D. The bubonic plague. No, that is wrong. That is wrong. But you're still a winner and you'll get your airtime after the show. Thanks for calling. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. What's your name?
Ade.
Ade, where are you calling me from? Ade from Abeokuta. All my Abeokuta fans, well done. No, thanks for calling. Pick a number, Ade.
Number 8.
Question number 8. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready, Ade?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, question number 8. Who is Nigeria's Minister for Transportation? Who is Nigeria's Minister for Transportation? A. Rotimi Amechi, B. Babatunde Fashola, C. Lai Mohammed, and D. Ben Bruce. That is correct. Question number 2. How long does it take the mass to complete one revolution? How long does it take the mass to complete one revolution? A. 687 days. A. 687. B. 686. C. 689. And D. 678. Oh, that is wrong. That is wrong. But thanks for calling, Ade. Okay, 08133038749, 08020933638. Those are the numbers to call to be part of the quiz segment today. So if you're very good with current affairs, general knowledge, and science-related questions, feel free to call me up here and just attempt a minimum of 3 questions correctly, and you get to win airtime on the show. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Sheyi from Ring Road. All right, Sheyi, pick a number.
What did you say?
Pick a number, Sheyi.
Number
11. Question number 11. Okay. Question 11. Are you ready?
Yes.
Question 11 has been taken. I have questions number 12, 13, 14, 15 available. 15. Okay. Are you ready? Which word has 3 syllables? Which word has 3 syllables? A. Thursday. B. Language. C. Africa. D. Mumbai.
Africa.
That is correct. Question number 2. Where is the human body? Where in the human body is the cochlea located? Where in the human body is the cochlea located? A. Nose. Cochlea. A. Nose. B. Knee. C. Ear. And D. Foot.
Yeah.
Ear is correct. Question number 3. What is a geranium? What is a geranium? A. What is a geranium? Geranium. A. Laxative. B. Chemical element. C. Flower. D. Musical instrument.
Musical instrument.
Oh, that is wrong. That is wrong. But thanks for calling. Okay, we can take one more call and we're done with the segment. 08133038749, 08020933638. Those are the numbers to call to be part of the show. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Demola. Debola from Obudu. All right, pick a number. Question number 3. Okay, are you ready? All right, question number 3. When was GSM introduced in Nigeria? When was GSM introduced in Nigeria? A. 1999, B. 2000, C. 2002, and D. 2001.
2001.
That is correct. Number 2. Who is the current EFCC chairman? Who is the current EFCC chairman? A. Obi Ezekwesili. B. Aishat Yesufu. C. Abdurrashid Bawo. D. Adamu. What did he say? C? Option C is correct. Question number 3. Which city lies on the coast of the Irish Sea? Can you turn down the volume of a radio set so we can hear each other very well? Alright, question number 3. Which city lies on the coast of the Irish Sea? A. Oxford. B. Birmingham. C. Sheffield. D. Liverpool. Lies on the coast of the Irish Sea. A. Oxford. B. Birmingham. C. Sheffield, and D. Liverpool. What did you say? B?
Yes.
What is, did you say B? Hello? What did you say? Did you say option B? Okay. Option what? B. Oh, B is wrong. B is wrong. But thanks for calling. And that's it for the quiz segment this morning. Shout out to Ify and Dolakpo from Abeokuta who won airtime on the show today. Ify answered all 5 questions correctly, while Dolakpo attempted or got 3 questions correctly as well. So they'll get the airtime immediately after the show. Today we're taking classrooms online, and we have a guest who will help us go through all of that. But I'll go for this quick break, and when we come back, we'll get to meet our guest. Stick around, I'll be back.
You know that feeling when you keep downloading and streaming interesting videos, but your mind keeps whispering, continue, your pockets go here now. But not anymore. When you...
I was just confused. I don't know where to turn to.
No problem.
Can I also get a stand from you? Can I use this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Not bad though. Not bad.
And thank you again for the invite.
Yes. I saw you. So how did I meet? I saw your post on LinkedIn. I think somebody shared, or so maybe one of my connections shared one of your posts. I was like, let's see what this guy is doing. So I checked Skulinka. I was like, okay, let's have you on. I wanted to have you on my other show on Yaba Tech, but you said you were not available.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. You're welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is still Dream City on Unilag Radio 103.1 FM. Yeah, shout out to Ify from the quiz segment. Ify answered 5 questions correctly, and shout out to Dolakpo as well. Dolakpo answered 3 questions correctly. So today on the show, we're taking the classrooms online, and we have a guest here in the studio who would help us to do justice to the topic. But before then, let's get to meet who this guest is. Who is he? So my guest is a social entrepreneur working at the intersection of education, youth-led social change, technology, and innovation. As a major contributor to the conversations around improving teacher quality, my guest leads a team that leverages technology to create an ecosystem of highly skilled teachers for schools in Africa. Currently working at Skulinka, his team designs exciting professional development opportunities for teachers and delivers them through an online learning platform and live masterclasses. With this technology, teachers now have the power to access professional development in their hands. With a 6 years experience in the education space, he has worked on a lot of local and international education projects. He was invited to speak at the Teach for All Global Conference in Armenia, and also got accepted into the Peace First Accelerator program in Austin, Texas, United States. He is also the senior program manager at Peace First, one of the world's largest youth-led organizations. He supervises a team of regional managers and ambassadors in 25 countries across 6 regions in the world, Asia, Oceanic. Okay, that's a lot, but as a power youth-led social change across the world, and also leads on the design of the global programs of the organization. When he is not working at Skulinka and Peace First, he spends time volunteering at Rebook Africa, a non-profit he founded, expanding digital opportunities for young people living in low-income communities. My guest on the show today is Oluwaseun Kayode. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Comfort, and thank you so much for the invite.
It is good to have you here. Okay, so let's start by listeners at home. Remember, you can call in if you have questions, or my guest, you just want to shout out to him. Feel free to call 081-3303-8749, or you can call 080-209-33638. Those are the numbers to call to be part of the show. So let's talk about who Oluwaseun is outside what I just read out, outside all of those profiles.
Okay, all right. So I'm a married man. I got married 3 weeks ago. So
wow,
it's
congratulations! Still very fresh.
I need to, continue to be fresh. Forever.
Amen.
Yeah. So and then so I'm from Ekiti State in Nigeria. I'm someone who loves God, the Lord, God so much. I love serving the Lord, and so I'm a Christian. Apart from what you've read, really, I'll just say that my biggest personal philosophy in life is that there's always a space for anyone who's willing to do good, right? So if there's anyone who wants to like do good, do something good, improve livelihoods for people, then definitely there's a space for that person anywhere. I mean, we are in a world of collaboration right now. So if anyone wants to get on board, they should simply roll up their sleeves and get involved.
Okay, so let's talk about your attraction to the education space. What do you love about education? Why are you attracted to education?
That's a funny question, right? So because I get to be asked this question most of the time, and the truth is I didn't study education in school. I studied financial accounting and I did very well. I didn't come out with the first class, but a strong 2-1, right? During my youth service, right, we all apply to jobs and all of these things. But during my own youth service, I had an encounter, and that encounter was, I was serving in Oyo State, and I saw a lot of children not having access to quality education, and I was moved. I was like, I need to solve this problem. So I started this program called the Book Recycling Project, where I collect books from my friends in Lagos, Oluwaseun, and then I take this book back to Oyo State to go help these children. So all through that year, I was doing that project as I was also, doing my own normal teaching duties. And then I was able to recycle over 3,500 books for, a lot of children in Oyo State. And then for me, that experience alone just made me get immersed into the education space, because I wanted to do more. I felt like young people, if the state of education is like this right now, just the way it was when I was growing up, because I attended public school all my life as well, and I see nothing has improved. Instead, it's even getting very worse. Then we need to step up. That means we need, fresh blood, people to enter into the workforce and then try to change this. And so that's when I made the decision that I want to work in the education space. And so, we had applied to jobs now. We want to get into banks, get into KPMG,
the big fives.
Deloitte. Do you understand? And so fortunately for me, I got into 2 banks, right?
Wow.
I wouldn't want to mention their name yet. One was very lucrative as an executive trainee. And then I got the job. I was supposed to resume April 4th. My service was supposed to end April 7th. And so it was like all good news for me. I'm from a very humble background, right? So my parents have been waiting like, this guy I'm the first one in the family.
Of course, those responsibilities are there.
I was already feeling it. And so there's this just finish and get a good job and then come and contribute to the family income and all. And so as I got those 2 bank job offers, I also got an offer at Teach for Nigeria. So Teach for Nigeria is this 2 years leadership development program where we recruit young graduates to come and teach for 2 years.
Folawe, she's the lady. I know her. I've had her on the show as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's my CEO. And so, I applied to that program as well, and I got in. And so when I, brought all these opportunities all together, Teach for Nigeria isn't going to pay me 1/3 of what the banks will pay me at that point in time. And I needed money. My family needed money. But still, I had this strong huge burden in my heart that education is what you want to do. Just give yourself 2 years and then go and teach in these low-income schools. And then if it doesn't make sense, you come out. So I told my parents, trust me.
So,
So right, I told my mom, and then at first there was a lot of friction. Apparently they thought probably this guy is
maybe you shouldn't have told them you got the bank job.
Alright. So I have the most supportive family ever. I have the most loving family. If there's anything we have in abundance, is love for one another and wanting to support one another. And then I remember after a conversation one night with my mom, and then she was like, oh yeah, you can go ahead and do this, right? So because I told her that I'm going to do this for 2 years. I'm still a very young guy, right? So I graduated very early. I'm going to do this for 2 years. If it doesn't make sense, I'll come out back and then dust my certificate. I'm so sure I'm going to get another job, right? So that was how sure I was. And then I spoke to her, and then she was like, okay, like if that's what you want to go ahead and do it. And that's how I journeyed into the education space.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Skolinka. How did you come out about the name Skolinka, and what's the story behind Skolinka?
Right. So with Skolinka, so after working for 2 years as a Teach for Nigeria fellow, working in the classroom, I started to think about the challenges that I was seeing in the education space and how we can best solve this. And then one thing I found out was that if we must deliver quality education or improve the quality of education that we give to learners in classrooms across Africa, then we need to invest heavily in teachers' continuous professional development. Teachers can't give what they don't have. So if teachers are not well trained, definitely nothing can improve. You can build the biggest and finest schools, load it with computers, load it with internet devices. If you have teachers whose mindsets are terrible, or teachers who do not know what to do in the classroom, then definitely there'll be a lot of failures in the classroom. And so I thought that, if there's any point I want to start changing the education sector from, then it has to be in terms of improving teaching quality, right? So, and that's when we started Schoolinka in 2019 in February. And so the name Schoolinka really is, because apart from training of teachers, we also do recruitment for schools. And so the name Schoolinka stems from the fact that we are linking the school workforce to continuous professional development. And so that's why we had Schoolinka. And then, the linker is not spelled L-I-N-K-A, it's L-I-N-K-A.
Okay, so tell us about the work you do at Schoolinka. What is the nitty-gritty of the work that you do?
Yes, so the work we do at Schoolinka is quite interesting and super innovative. So when we started in 2019, let me just give a brief description of who we are. So we are an edtech company that is leveraging technology to create and design exciting professional development opportunities for teachers. So what we are simply doing is to power the continuous professional development of teachers using technology.
Okay.
So when we started in 2019, we started with in-person training programs. We had, teachers coming into our physical training centers in Lagos to learn. And then we were having, huge numbers because...
So you started before COVID-19. You
Of course.
never knew COVID-19 was
going to come. Yes, and we never knew, right? So, and then, we had these teachers come in numbers. And the reason why they were coming was obvious. We had quality and experienced educators with expertise coming to lead these training programs. And then we are offering for almost free, or sometimes even free. Right, because we have these facilitators donate their time and resources to us to lead this training, because these are passionate educators who want to improve the education system, right? And so we have them come on board to come and lead this training, and so that's why we're able to offer our training at free or almost free sometimes. And so when we saw the need that a lot of teachers wanted to be part of this. We had to conduct a research, and then we found out like we have three major issues why these teachers are not getting professional development. We found out that it is not cheap. We found out that it was not accessible. For example, a teacher in Badagry coming to Ikeja for training programs. So after looking at all of these issues, we thought that technology would always be the game changer. We need to leverage technology to be able to reach many more teachers, right? So, and that's why we created the Schoolinka online learning platform, which we simply call the Udemy for Teachers in Africa. So that's what we do.
Okay, now how has the acceptance been since you started in 2019? Tell us what happened, into 2020 when the pandemic hit Nigeria hard.
Yeah, so of course we had our technology before pandemic, so it was just like we saw into the future.
Yeah.
And so trust me, when it comes to training in Nigeria, a lot of players will tell you in that space that is not lucrative. Because we have teachers that we need to build their mindsets first before we can now offer them training, because a lot of teachers don't see how training adds to the bottom line, how training improves their pay, or how training improves their livelihood. They just feel like, if I get trained, what will my teacher do? Really promote me or something? Right? It's not like the banking sector where there's a structured professional development and career ascension plan. So for the teachers, it was just like we need to break the mindset first. So when COVID-19 hit, a lot of teachers, even the school system was confused. We don't know what to do. Everybody was just running eta.
Yeah.
First, we need to find ways to get children to start learning. Before we even talk of teachers starting to get learning. Because students need to know how to start learning first. And that's when we saw that, there is a need for Schoolinka. Even if people are not shouting about teachers, they're talking about children. The truth is we need to build teachers who are going to help us help these children learn. And so that's when we started our digital skills program, where we equip teachers with digital skills, helping them take their classrooms online, teaching them about these digital tools. We held it virtually. It was hard at first, challenging, because you had teachers complaining there's no internet data. my school is not paying salaries this COVID-19 period. We went as far as, trying to support them as well in making the program even free at some point so that they can be a part of it, right? So, and we've, trained hundreds of teachers using to help them use technology through our live master classes that holds, on Zoom, and then through our online learning platform where they get to take online courses as well.
Interesting. To our listeners at home, feel free to be part of the program. If you have a question for my guest, or you know him, or you know Skolinka, and you want to testify to the work they've done so far, please feel free to call 081 33 or you can call 080 33638. That's the number. Those are the numbers to call. I'll take the numbers again: 081 0387490802338. Feel free to call and ask your questions or make comments at some point. Now, can you give us an estimate of how many users the Skolinka platform has and how active tutoring is on those platforms?
Yeah, so far since we started, we've worked with over 2,000 teachers spread across Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and even some educators in the US that have joined us through our shared learning communities. So, we've had really a good reach in terms of number of teachers. However, we're looking forward to a surge in growth when we are able to reach many more teachers across Africa. And that's what our current work looks like now. We're currently trying creating a good trajectory so that, because we know many teachers need this solution. And so right now what we are doing is conducting a research on how useful our platform is, and then once we can get the result of that research and it's positive, then we know we are making sense, and then we can scale to other teachers.
Now, my question is, how are you reaching out to these schools? Are you doing just private schools? Are you reaching out to public schools? Because I have a feeling that, like you said, that you're a product of a public school. I am also a product of a public school, and I know some of the challenges these schools face. So how are you able to penetrate into public schools, bearing in mind that they answer to the government?
Yeah, exactly.
So how are you able to penetrate the system?
Yeah, so the thing is, I won't say we have fully penetrated the system. And largely our marketing model right now, our business model is more of B2C, that's business to client. So we work with teachers directly and not much more with schools. We have few schools that are our partners, right? So we've had public school teachers attend our training before, but not because of a partnership with the government, right? They just love what Skolinka is doing and they want to develop. So these are teachers that are highly passionate themselves and just want to be themselves. And then we've had teachers in private schools, and then also some private schools have also reached out to us to send some of their teachers to our training programs, right? So, but the thing is, we are actually at the stage where we want to collaborate with government, because that's the way we can reach scale.
Yeah, so but are you trying to say that now the public teachers you have, you reached out to them individually?
Of course, individually, through our own personal marketing, and then people seeing us online and say, oh, this thing is fantastic. And because of that, we've had some public school teachers trying to even speak to their superiors at work, telling them that this is something the government should adopt. We've had conversations with some governments, and then, we know how the bureaucracy works. And hopefully they get to buy our solution soon and see that it's a very cost-effective way to train teachers and train their own teachers statewide or nationwide.
Interesting. Okay, so learning has evolved, has really, really evolved around the world in recent times. How well do you think Nigeria is doing in this respect, of imbibing technology in our school system?
Well, of course, we all know how it is. Even in Africa generally, there is a low internet penetration rate. I was just looking at the data, and it was about around 39% or 40% in the entire Africa of internet penetration rate. While we have some countries topping the list like Kenya with about 85% for internet penetration rate, and even Nigeria as well having up to like 70% internet penetration, which is good news for these top countries and the country that we are currently operating, right? But even still, why teachers are actually looking, to actually embrace technology, especially folks in, the highly passionate ones in private schools and public schools, the truth is we are still not doing enough. We are not doing enough in the terms that even if we are creating technology devices for teachers in the classroom and for schools in their schools, the children at home do not even have access to these devices. How many children have access to a smartphone with internet?
I think that those were one of the challenges a lot of schools faced during the pandemic. How many children can have access to? Most parents don't even have smartphones.
Do you understand?
Even when they do have smartphones, can they afford data?
Do you understand? And then, of course, apart from that, there's another part to it, right? There's a human part. So you're teaching a 5-year-old to 7-year-old or child using technology, and this 5-year-old to 7-year-old have their parents. They have to go to work in the morning.
They'll take their phones.
So they take their phones, and even for those that have these devices, children trying to join Zoom call by themselves without no help or support, or there's this housemaid that doesn't even understand English and is just there and cannot guide properly. So you have children come and then they are just playing up and down. Teacher, because the teacher is somewhere else, the teacher cannot control what is happening with the child. So there are a lot of challenges with e-learning in Nigeria, but I think we are getting a good grasp of it. I mean, a lot of people are coming up, a lot of stakeholders.
Okay, with all of these challenges you've talked about e-learning and taking the classrooms online these days, do you think it's all positive? What are the downsides to taking the classrooms, the traditional classrooms that we know, to online platforms?
Yeah, everybody has been saying this thing, the new normal. The truth is, of course, we have the freedom to an extent right now to move around and still even go to classes. But in a situation where we don't have this freedom, the best option will still be to move online. And the world is getting to that point, right? So we've had lots of forecasts that says, there'll still be some pandemics, I forbid in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Right? So, and then if this happens, like, we will still have to. So the truth is, this is the best we can get right now. But obviously, right, we have people adopting the hybrid mode of learning where, they blend both the online and the physical interaction. Because the physical interaction is very, very important. I won't say going fully online is the best, because how will children build social skills? How will even teachers become, their mental health self is at stake. Do you understand? I think that, it's just for us to continue to iterate this current model of learning and try to see what works better. Right now, hybrid learning is still the best, and then we're still trying to see what will work better in the future.
Okay, so what do you think? What more do you think individuals can do to take advantage of a platform like yours, Scholinka, in terms of leveraging technology?
Yeah, so one thing is that, I'll call on teachers that are listening to us right now. The truth is, your professional development as teachers is not something that we need to compromise. It's not something you can compromise. And then Scholinka is providing this solution that is making you access. 90% of our courses on that platform right now is free. Right? We make it freely available. So you should visit schoolinka.com and start learning online for free. Then apart from teachers, schools, you can encourage your teachers to join, even government, if there's any government official who has influence that's listening to me right now. I'll be happy to jump on a discussion table to see how Scholinka can help government train their teachers. But even if you're not in the education space, the truth is, when it comes to education development, we need everybody, every hands on deck. If you can join this work, if you can, spread word about Scholinka to educators that if it's something, any way that you can support us to actually help us make teachers or help teachers become better, it will be really well appreciated. Okay,
so let's look at the challenges again of running a teaching platform that is different from the conventional style that we are used to in this country, Nigeria.
Yeah. So the e-learning industry generally has a poor completion rate. Right, so I don't know if you've taken an online course.
Yes, there are several I have not completed.
You understand, right? So even for me as well, there's a course I've been taking since last year, October, to have finished in 6 months. But now here I am. I've not even done Unit 2, right? So we have this problem of completion rate.
True.
In the e-learning industry, and this is like one of the biggest challenges that we are facing. And then if you say completion rate, you're not saying for teachers who have other things that they have to do. Monday to Friday, they're in the classroom working with their students.
They have scripts to mark.
Do you understand? They have
exams, records, attendance.
Saturday and Sunday, they need to attend to their own family needs.
Some of them even go to school on Saturday.
Yeah, some of them go to school on Saturday. Some of them even do home lessons for students. So they really do not have that time. To start. But the point is, one thing that our solution has been able to do to an extent is that you can learn in a self-paced manner. So you can take the course and start this week and end next week, or end next 5 months.
What's the duration?
So we have different durations.
What's the least duration for any of them?
The least duration, you can take a course for as low as 4 hours.
4 hours is still long.
Yeah. So you can even, so it depends on, so that's like on the average. People have different assimilation. For me, if I go through that course, I might not take more than 2 hours.
Okay.
Right, to go through the course. But we have 4 hours, and you can spread out 4 hours over, a week. Let's say you do 1 hour per day, and then in the evening, and the way our course works, we have a lot of video courses as well. So you can just plug in your earphone, keep doing other things, and then keep listening to the course.
But did the pandemic actually help to bring more awareness to what you do at Skolinka?
Yes, I will say that because people did not have a choice than to move online, and Skolinka was there.
But does Skolinka help schools to set up their online platforms? Did you explore that option during the pandemic, in terms of going to a particular class? Let me help you set up maybe your Google Meet or Zoom or something that your students can make use of.
We didn't explore that service. I mean, we wanted to, but we were doing a lot at that time, trying to create courses to help teachers become better. And that was too much for us to take on. And so we had other partners that were doing that. So we referred our schools to them that, you can go meet this partner and then do this. So we're like a connector between schools and those.
But do you have plans for that soon?
Yeah, of course we have plans. I mean, we're doing a whole lot. We have a new product that we're about to launch because we have a pool of quality teachers, right? Very competent teachers, and we think that how can we offer value to them? Can we start a service where we match them with people needing home tutors, personal tutors? And so we have Enter Class is a product that is coming out soon, launching soon, where teachers can actually in our community can be able to get matched with people who need them for home tutoring, or even with schools who need their services.
Okay, there's something playing in my head. Let me just say the way it is. Now, would Skolinka get to the point where, as an SS1 student, I'm having difficulty with chemistry and I'm looking for a different way, a non-conventional way of learning chemistry, something different from what my teacher does in school, a non-conventional way of learning chemistry, and Skolinka comes to mind. I go there, I click on a video, and I see a video that teaches me chemistry in a very unique, beautiful, different way that I have not seen.
Yeah. So of course that's a total different area from what we're doing right now. But there's a possibility, because at Skolinka, I mean, we're a technology company, we're an edtech company, we can come out with different products. Right now, our current priority is the Enter Class I mentioned. Very soon we might think in that direction, because this is another way to offer value to the teachers that we work with. So we can create such kind of platform. But you take one step at a time. True. And there are a lot of organizations that are doing that right now as well. Helping learning become fun, and then making learning fun for students and having students learn at their own pace.
I asked that question because I had a guest some time ago who he's an animator, and he said while he was in school, while he was in secondary school, he always comes last in class. He was always carrying the class, carrying the whole class. But when he got to university, he found a different way of learning, because I think he had dementia at that time. And what he does is, if they go to class together, he just collects a colleague's notes, carry his own notes. He starts to draw, he starts to sketch, and draw all of those things that we talked about in class. And when exam comes, he was stopping his class back to back, and that was because at that point he has understood the way he learns, his learning style at that time, and that was how he was able to scale through. And now he's an animator, a full-time animator. So that's what I'm saying. Will Skolinka get to the point that because a lot of us these days are tired of conventional ways of doing things.
Exactly.
I know someone who cannot sit in the class. She's no longer in school right now, but if you send her for a training and the training looks like anything like class, she's restless. She's restless. There's some people that cannot stay in class, and we can't throw them away. We can't throw them away. We have to look for ways to improve our system and learning system. Like I know a school in Spain or thereabout that the children are assessed based on, it's no longer the book and bio test kind of system. The children are assessed based on, they could be playing on the playground and the child is assessing them. I'm looking forward to the time that we'll get to that point where we don't have to sit in the classroom to write tests. Because I'm always of the opinion that exam is not a true test of knowledge. I don't know if you agree with me, but so if there are other ways that people can sit down and write exams and be assessed on other ways than having to sit down to do biro and paper kind of assessments.
Sorry to cut you in there, right? So we currently have a partner that we're working with from Canada. She's a Nigerian, but she's in Canada and she's doing a lot of work in the education space. And one thing we are trying to think of right now is to reimagine curriculum delivery. Of course, right? So we have curriculum in Nigeria. A lot of people are saying there are a lot of lapses in that curriculum. The government is not ready to change the curriculum, or the government is doing work and we don't know, right? But this current curriculum that we have, there's a way you can even deliver it in a very fun way. She was telling me that, in the first 7 years of our children going to school, they were just playing. Right? They were just playing, always going to playground and all of this. And I'm like, that it's different in Nigeria. In Nigeria,
you have to sit down.
By 2 years or 3 years,
you are worried.
The parents will withdraw the child because that's when they'll say, mama busy. She already knows how to
write ABC,
and read ABC and want to. So that's our own, way that we can test that a child is learning. Whereas there are other ways we can make learning fun. That this child will be learning, but this child will not even know
He or she is learning.
right? So,
True.
So this is something that we are actually looking at training our teachers. So that might be the angle that we'll start with first. So we have this program that's coming up, the Imagine Curriculum Delivery, and then we train teachers on how to, change their delivery of the curriculum. And then from that, we can now see maybe we can create a platform later on where students can come in by themselves
to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for this quick break. When we come back, we'll continue with our interview with Oluwaseun Kayode. Stick around, I'll be back. Wow. Okay. Please put your phone aside.
But your mind keeps whispering, continue, your pockets go here. But not anymore. When you subscribe to MTN's affordable and reliable monthly data bundles, you will enjoy 10 gigabytes with just 3,000 naira and 20 gigabytes for 5,000 naira only. Plus, a whopping 4 gigabyte free to stream YouTube videos on your reliable data network. Simply dial *131# to select and turn up your affordable data plan on MTN. Terms and conditions apply.
Everywhere you go, MTN. You've waited so long, and now the doors are wide open for you to join MTN. The Yellow family has got the coverage and reliable data network in Nigeria. Just walk into select MTN stores nationwide, buy a new MTN SIM, and turn it up with mouth-watering airtime and data bonuses on the Yellow network. So hurry up and get your SIM today. Visit mtnonline.com/SIM to locate the closest SIM sales stores near you. Everywhere you go, MTN.
Hey guys, my name is Andy. I'm a singer, songwriter, guitarist. I fall in love with me. If I'm in love with me, this better have my money. So listen to Dream City on Unilight FM by 10 a.m. every Saturday. Make sure you listen.
Okay, are you ready to go back?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, it's still Dream City on Unilag Radio 103.1 FM. We have been talking to Oluwaseun Kayode of Skolinka on the topic taking the classrooms online. Remember, if you have questions, you want to make a comment, feel free to call 08133038749, or you can call 08020933638. Those are the numbers to call, so feel free to be part of the show today. Yes, so let's talk about remote learning. And remote learning now, I am trying to cut across both primary, secondary, and university level. Do you think there'll be a time, because in other countries they are considering this, a lecturer cannot come to class, he says, okay, let's set up a Zoom account or a Google Meet and let's have class. Do you think we would get to that point that we can now decide that, okay, maybe Mondays and Wednesdays we'll do remote learning, while Tuesday, Thursday, Friday would have physical classes? Do you think Nigeria will get to that point? And do you think we even have the capacity to?
Nigeria is getting to that point. We already have people doing it. Unilag, I think they did it, as they started their session. So I think they did remote learning to a great extent, even if there are complaints here and there. But at least that's what happens when you're trying to adopt a new process or a new method, right? So remote learning definitely will come to stay in Nigeria. People are already doing it. It's just that majority of the people are not doing it. A lot of Ivy League schools, like in Nigeria, in terms of highbrow schools, the international schools, they do remote learning, right? Some of them don't even come to school every day of the week. So some of them at some point, even the government schools tried it. They did radio classes where students come to school only on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The GS1 to GS3, and then the SS1 to maybe come on Tuesday and Thursday. So there was like hybrid form of learning, but it was not the best because there were hitches here and there. And the truth is, with things like that, once you keep on doing that, what happens is that it gets better.
Over time.
Yeah, over time, right? So even look at Lagos State government now thinking of training civil servants using an online learning platform, creating something like Udemy for Lagos State civil servants. That's how it starts, right? So before we know, I used to say this thing, right? So at the time when they produced cars, right, people were riding horses. And so when they produced the cars, a lot of people were saying, You want to go and drive car? You better don't go and drive car. Blah blah blah. You better don't go
Yeah.
they were saying that cars that does not have eyes, that horses have eyes, horses can see
See.
people before they can enter. That don't go and drive cars. There were a lot of resistance, right? People were going against cars, but now what do we have? It's everywhere. And that's how remote learning will be. A lot of people might be resisting right now.
Do you think learning was actually taking place during the remote learning? Now, don't get me wrong. What I mean is, it's a different thing when I am in class and my teacher notices that I'm not paying attention, and she comes to my desk and say, "Comfort, what did I just say? You're not paying attention." She can monitor me. But remote learning, I don't know. And for some of us who do not learn except we are in the midst of people, what happens to us?
Yeah, and that's the part where we need to start thinking of creating solutions for in terms of remote learning. So remote learning doesn't replace teachers or teacher presence or providing support to a child in the classroom. Now we need to start thinking of what kind of support we can provide to a primary school student. What kind of support can we provide to a secondary school student, to a tertiary student, right? In terms of what they need to be able to thrive, even if it's remote learning. That's why I say hybrid form of learning is still the best, because now you're coming to school for some time and then you're staying at home to learn for some time. That time there's an interaction going on with your classmates. Even your teacher can check in with you. Remote learning is not totally the best, right? For many age ranges.
Now, I'll give you another example. For those of us who are working, so I have a 9 a.m. Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
So I'll put on, log in, and leave it there. Everybody thinks that I'm there,
Yeah.
and I'm doing something else.
Even children, right, are always that mischievous, right? You just see, when they started Zoom classes, some of them. So the teachers now say, you must turn on your video. I must see what you're doing. I must see how you're sitting and all of these things, right? So, but the thing is, these are things that are really outside of our control, right? Really outside of our control. But if we look at, the new solutions that are coming out, people thinking of IR, people thinking of AR, these are like realities that can actually, you can simulate a real life experience, right? Some people, travel a lot of countries without actually, boarding a ticket, and then it looks so real. You put these things on your eyes, and then it looks so like you can even want to touch things, right? So this kind of solutions, technology will rise. A lot of things are happening. People are inventing, especially in the Western world. People are inventing things. Then people thinking of having robots, being in the house with the children, serve as the teacher, right? So this robot is programmed.
Well, I don't.
So the point is, see, that's what we will say till it becomes a reality and becomes our new normal.
True.
We don't know that there was something like Zoom. We can do video call. I can see you and then smile, and then we have fun and play. Right? But now we have it. A lot of people have not seen themselves before, and they've developed quality friendships using virtual tools. So this is what we are saying, right? So it's going to come, and then we are going to just keep improving and producing much more tools that can make our lives easier and better.
Okay, so finally, what does it take to be a tutor with Schoolinka?
Well, so it's simple. You just need to visit schoolinka.com, sign up as a teacher, and then begin to learn, right? And so we also have our live classes that happen. That happens like periodically. We invite you to the live classes. Also, we have some partnerships that helps us offer value to teachers. We have this interesting partnership with a company that gives lesson plans to teachers. Help them see how they can, write their lesson plans better. And so we are also looking at other value chain, also helping teachers access, job opportunities with schools, and also even home tutoring placement. So if a teacher is hearing me right now, all they need to do is to sign up on schoolinka.com and engage with us on our social media platforms, and definitely it's going to be a smooth ride from there.
Interesting. So give us your final thoughts on the topic, taking the classrooms online.
Okay, so what I would say is that of course we all know that technology cannot replace teachers. It can never do that. But the truth is, we all must gravitate towards seeing technology in a positive light. There's been a lot of myths around technology. The time of 5G. 5G. There's been a lot of myths around it. We were talking this morning when traffic was holding, and you were like, "Oh, network is not really good in the studio room, so you're not sure of a phone call," right? So this is something that maybe 5G can help us solve, and people are still saying that 5G is bringing the right. But, anyway, that's like an opinion.
Yeah, true.
But the thing is, I want us to start seeing technology in a good light. Of course, technology can be destructive. It depends on the hands of who it is.
True.
But the truth is, we need to start seeing a positive light, embracing it, and start using it to make our lives more easier. So because if we are able to do that, then we can be able to I mean, I don't know, change things and then even help
Change the
younger
world.
ones- change the world, right? And even help the younger ones see, because we need to equip this generation, the new generation coming up, to see technology as a principal thing, because that's the only way we can compete with the rest of the world. So they need to start seeing it as a normal.
Okay, thank you so much, Oluwaseun, for coming on the show today. I had a good time talking to you on the topic. I think this is also one place that my passion lies. So you see me talking and trying to, you know. So thank you so much for coming on the show today. I had a good time talking to you on the topic. To our listeners at home, thank you for tuning into the show. To those that won during the quiz, shout out to you. You'll get your airtime soon. For those that didn't win, next week is another time for you to try again. God willing, we'll be here next week, same time, same station. Do have a beautiful weekend. It's a cold weekend, so make sure you are totally covered up. Please, we don't want cold. Thank you. So do have a beautiful weekend, and bye. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was something.
I have to do some James Bond moves to get there on time.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Thank you too. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for the time and the opportunity.
Let's take pictures.
Okay.
Let me look for
Good
some.
morning.
Good morning, Afo. Good morning. Please, Afo, come and help us take picture. Thank you. Good morning. What do I play now? What do I do? Let me play.
I'm actually in a hurry. I'm going now.
Oh, okay. Alright. Let me end this.